Hello and welcome to another video with me, Chords, and it's good to have you along. Today it's beginner lesson number 11, and we're talking about power chords, those things that I just did there. They mean that you can play rock and roll without having to learn all those pesky open chords and stuff like that, which we will get to a bit later, not today. Today we're going to do Beat It by Michael Jackson, because it has 3 chords, basically. And I'm going to show you the riff as well, as an added bonus. But let's start with the chords. It's basically this. Turn off my delay. That's the rhythm part for the verse. And that's played by Steve Lukather, if I'm not horribly mistaken. I think it was Steve Lukather. And the song features a solo by Eddie Van Halen. It's really simple. 2 notes. A power chord is just 2 notes. One, let's do the first one here. So you have your first finger on the 7th fret of the A string, and the second note I play with my pinky. You can do it with your ring finger as well. That's the 9th fret of the D string. No tab for this because this is quite simple. Let me show you on that cam there. 7, 9. It's an E power chord because the lower note is an E. It's called the root. So that's the first one. Then you have the second one, exactly the same shape. You just move it down 2 frets to 5 and 7. So you have 7 and 9 and 5 and 7. Are you wondering what this one is called? It's called a D power chord, or D5. A power chord is a chord that doesn't have a third in it, so a third would mean it's either a minor or a major chord. So you could have that would be a D major chord, or this would be a D minor. Minor keys are so sad. Yes, so that's the 2 first power chords, and you alternate between them. Like that. And then you go to C, which is again 2 frets down. And then the whole thing repeats. Dead simple. So really slowly, if you want to play along. Let me do it slower. Now we're going to talk more about the following thing in the next video, but the way I'm doing this so that not everything is ringing out like this is that I'm angling my fingers so that they rest on the rest of the strings. So I have 2 notes and the 3 strings here. They're muted, as is the low E string. But for now, just focus on getting these 2 notes to ring out. That's basically it. You can look at your right hand while you're doing this. So, that's really the riff. there isn't a lot to say. There isn't a lot to say about it other than that's the riff. Then we have the intro riff, which is also the riff in the chorus. Again, fairly simple stuff. There is a bit of a stretch going on there, but nothing too complicated. Keep it slow to start. I'll put tab on the screen for this. And so on. And then you go to. So it's 0 on the E string, 3 on the E string, 2 on the A string, and 5 on the D string, 2 on the D string, 4 on the D string, 2 and 5 on the A string. And then it repeats with a variation. And that's it. Voila! You can now play, well, soon you can, I hope, Beat It by Mr. Michael Jackson and Steve Lukather and Eddie Van Halen on guitar. Not the solo though, because that has lots of this. Now, in case you haven't watched the first video is here. I strongly urge you to watch that and go through this whole series from the beginning. I do hope you consider supporting the channel. You can buy me a coffee, there's a link in the description, or you can give me a super thanks here on YouTube. But above all, I hope you had some use of this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care. See you. Goodbye.